Welcome back. I'm on a roll. This is part 3, and thanks for watching. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, on this video, I want to talk a little bit about the meds. My doctor and the meds I used to take. Okay, after I had the heart surgery, um, doctor put me on all kinds of meds. He put me on blood thinners, which now for blood thinners, I just take aspirin because I need aspirin anyway for my sometimes body aches and pains. That I do have occasion, but it's much better. I used to have fibromyalgia really bad, and it has improved by probably, at least 70%. If I overdo it, I usually know my limit, but sometimes I just get on a project and I push myself too much and I overdo it. And when I do that, it takes me a couple of days usually to recover, which is why I haven't made a video for a while, because I've been super busy on doing things, setting up my new video spot and working on computers and swapping stuff around and moving. It's been crazy, and I overdid it. And I've just been super tired, and I was super exhausted and thinking too much. And I was frying my brain and everything. Nothing. I was making all kinds of mistakes. Nothing wasn't working right. Anyway, back to the subject. I want to talk about my doctor. And so that doctor put me on cholesterol, uh, blood pressure medicine, blood thinners. God, what else was it? High blood pressure. What? And I didn't really have a high blood pressure. I was like borderline. But anyway, after doing keto for a while. Oh, and then my new doctor, the one I got now, which I love her. I mean, she's a wonderful doctor. She'll sit there with you for an hour. She don't rush through the appointment. I mean, she asks you everything, and you can talk to her about anything. And if it takes 45 minutes or an hour, she's listening. You know, and I love her for that. But she's not a keto person. And so the last time I was there, she prescribed uh, cholesterol medicine, which I filled first. I got one bottle, and I don't take it. But anyway, after doing keto for a while, oh yeah, and plus when she diagnosed me with um, pre-diabetic, you know, metformin, I was taking that. So anyway, I had to quit taking that, and I had to quit taking the blood pressure medicine because my blood pressure got so low, I almost passed out one time. And I got like real dizzy, and I took my blood pressure, and it was super low. It scared me. It was so low. So I quit taking that, and I quit taking the blood pressure. I mean the blood thinners, because I take aspirin anyway because of body issues. Okay, and so that thins blood too. And let's see what else. So actually, I'm not taking any of the meds. Well, and I quit taking the metformin because I don't need it anymore. So anyway, the only thing I'm taking now is the enzymes. But my doctor. See, I'm stubborn about doctors. I hate going to doctors. I don't like listening to doctors. I like to make my own choices and decisions and stuff because I'm an independent thinker. And and plus a lot of the doctors that I respect and watch, are not hip on cholesterol medicine anymore. So anyway, I go to a vascular surgeon because right now I have something called abdominal aortic aneurysm. So I got lousy veins. I got small veins. They're, I got real thin skin. When they go to take blood, they can't hit my vein. I mean, they can't find it. They usually have. I've gotten poked up to 5 times in trying to get to the vein, but and couldn't find it. Sometimes they have to take it out of my wrist, or a lot of times out of my hand, because my veins are small and they wiggle around. They just, it's crazy. But I've always been that way. Even when I was young, they had a hard time, and I was skinny. They couldn't find my veins. It's always been an issue. Maybe that's why I don't like going to doctors. So anyway, I'm off all my meds, and I have the EPI, which is the enzyme problem, and I have this aneurysm. That's 3.5 right now. When it gets up to a 5, if it doesn't explode and kill me before by then, when it gets up like to 5 or above 5, it's, kind of, we got to take care of this. And so they're keeping an eye on it. But I worry about it a lot. I mean, it's in the back of my mind that, I have this, it's, bulge. And it's down in the stomach that leads down to the, the large aortic vein that, supplies blood to the bottom part of your body. And so that's where the issue is. Okay, so a few other things I want to talk about is condiments. Now I'm going to be doing some videos. I'm gonna probably the first one I'll do is my ketchup. I make great ketchup. I got a really good ketchup recipe, but the way I'm going to teach it is you can make it to suit yourself, because I'll just show you what ingredients that I use and how I make it, but you can go from there, and you might like more spices, you might like less spices, you might, want to add, and I don't measure anything, so I can't give measurements. I can just give approximate, and because I just eye it, and then I taste it as I go along. Well, it needs a little more of this or a little more of that, and that way. So I will make some ketchup and show you the ingredients and how I make it and everything. Now, from the ketchup, I also make steak sauce. I add a little bit of liquid smoke and a little dab of Worcestershire sauce. Put it in a little bitty, bowl when I have a steak, and I, mix that all up, and it's a wonderful steak sauce. And I like to use the spices, and like on my steak, I'll put, maybe put a little bit of garlic powder on. Not garlic salt. I don't use garlic salt. I just use garlic powder and onion powder. I'll put a little bit of garlic powder on it and my steak sauce, and it is delicious. Okay, and salad dressings. I'll show you some of my salad dressings. I forgot to mention that in the last video about, the salads. I make my own salad dressings, and mainly the main ingredients is my homemade mayo and sour cream and then spice depending on what I'm making. And then I also make a. Sometimes I get a hankering for like French dressing, and make that out of olive oil and my own homemade ketchup and spice this stuff. So I'll show you how I make that. Uh, Whenever the next time I make it, because I make them in small batches, because you don't want to hang it around in the refrigerator a long time, especially the stuff made with mayo. Uh, so I'll make a little bit at a time to, if I got like a bunch of salad fixings in the refrigerator, um, I said, okay, maybe that's 4 to 5 meals. So I'll just make them enough dressing, for that until I get, the salad fixings used up. And then I'll switch over to coleslaw. I make good coleslaw. I'll show you how I make that. And I use my homemade uh, mayo for that too. And so those are some of the videos that I'm going to be doing here in the near future. That's why I set this up over here by my counter. See this counter? That's kind of like an island. It doesn't have cabinets under it, but that's where I prepare, all my stuff. So I can just turn this monitor around with the camera on it, and there we go. That's why I did this. I mean, I invested in this new monitor and getting set up over here just so I could do stuff like that. Oh, okay, this video is getting long. I'll make another one right after this one. I'm going to give you my super duper meatloaf recipe, and there was another one I was gonna, cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger recipe, and it is special. It is really, oh God, it is so good. It's the best bacon cheeseburger I ever come up with. Yeah. So, and for the bun on there, I don't use buns, but I use Ezekiel bread. Now I know Ezekiel bread has some carbs, but I can afford it as long as I don't overdo it. Like I'll do like maybe a carby day, where I got a little more, but I'm on maintenance. But I would like to lose another 5, 6, 7 pounds, get back down to close to 160. But my doctor said my weight is fine. And for my age, I'm just right. I don't know. But, so, turn this off. See, I'm up there. Gone over again. So, I'm going to make another video, and I'm going to tell you how I make a couple of dishes. So, love you much, and thanks for watching. And, of course, the subscribe and comment, please. I love it. So, you all take care, and I'll see you in a minute. Subscribe and like. Thank you. Thanks for watching.